every season. Today, I kind of want to give you a sneak peek of my new kitchen. I have been waiting for this for so long. We got the countertops put in this past Friday. They look a little bluer than I thought they would, but I love it because blue is my favorite color. We still do not have a working sink, so we're having to use the utility sink back in Bruce's bathroom. But tonight, we have homemade cabbage rolls. Thank you, Simply Mama Cooks. This is her recipe, and I love it. You guys should check it out. And I was able to get some Brussels sprouts at the grocery store the other day, and they were on the stock. And I got the biggest kick out of it because the girl who was checking me out had, you know, in the checkout line, she picked it up and she's like, "What is this?" And I said, "It's Brussels sprouts." And she's like, "Is that how they grow?" And I was like, "Yes, that is how they grow." So even though we're having cabbage tonight, or cabbage rolls, I needed to get these cooked up. So we're going to have a nice side dish for the rest of the week. I like to just do them in olive oil. And I have a couple of different favorite seasonings that I use. This one is a Creole type seasoning. And I like to turn them flat on the board so that they kind of crisp up. And I'm going to get ready and put these in here after I show you a few more of our changes here around our little homestead. Let me go wipe my hands. So while I'm cleaning my hands, this is my new sink. I'm so excited. And this will be my new faucet. It won't get installed until later in the week. I got a 60/40 sink, which I'm really happy with, so I can do a little washing. I can get my big pans down in here. We're still toying with where we're going to put things, so I have things on this corner over here. It's just kind of nice to start having things close to where you cook again. But I really want to talk to you about what Bruce did for me yesterday. So we have had installed a couple of coat racks. This house had 6 closets that just ate up all kinds of space, and we took them all out. So we had to kind of figure out where we're going to hang our coats and what are we going to do when we need to take our shoes off in the mudroom. So I'm going to show you my guest coat rack. If you'll follow me. So these are the racks that we got. Bruce got them on Amazon. They're huge. I mean, I don't know if we'll ever have that many guests in the house at one time. It's situated right behind our front door, so you can see. But it's, you know, it's out of the way, but it gives guests an opportunity to hang their coats up and know where they're at. It kind of bothers me when we go to somebody's house and they take my coat and put it in another room. It's kind of like, where did my coat go? So this way, they have an idea of where their coats are at. But if you'll follow me to the mudroom, I got a couple of other little surprises. So this is our mudroom. This is the door that we come in 99% of the time. We only use the front door when the contractor's here and he needs to come in through it, or, you know, when we have guests. We're big proponents of taking your shoes off when you come into the mudroom because we don't want to track anything onto our new floors. I'm kind of picky about that. But we also have this here. We got some more of those racks that you saw in the living room. And we have all of our coats hanging on this. And it's perfect because you can grab whatever you need to, you know, head out the door depending on what the weather's like. It's out of the way. It's behind the door. We have our shoe rack here with a few other things that we're still trying to get packed away. But one of the things that I really needed was a place to take my shoes off. And so you're going to see Bruce's creativity here in a moment with what he built me. But I also want to show you how we're setting up the rest of this. This is a small mudroom. We got a little 7 cubic foot freezer. And this thing is perfect for, oh, excuse me, it's a 5 cubic. But it's perfect for just 2 of us. And we bought a lot of these wire shelving units. When we sold our home, we moved into an apartment for a while that had absolutely no built-in storage. Our condo had tons and tons of bookshelves and places to store stuff. We didn't have that here or at the apartment, so we bought these. We've been able to get 1 set of shelves in. Soon as this is our mini split that will heat the majority of the house and cool it. As soon as that gets installed, we've got another set of shelving that we're going to put in here. And then maybe one day I'll have a little bit over the top here as well.
Hello. We're going to put together the bench that Miss Kelly wanted for the mudroom. It's going to be simple. 2 legs, 2 sides, and a top. I took some directions or designs off of Family Handyman, I think is where I found it. And it's going to be about 16.5 inches on the legs and 18 on the width. They were showing a bench. We need more like a small chair. I've cut the other pieces and already sanded, but I thought I would show you the leg layout. So for the top, you're going to come in 1 inch and 3/4 on both sides. You're going to taper the legs is what we're doing. And then the width of the legs is going to be 3 inches. So at the bottom, come in 3. You're going to go up 10. I'm going to try and find the center. 11.5 inch board will be 5 3/4. So up 10, into the middle, 5 3/4. And I need a straight edge to mark it. Let's see. Yardstick is up here. They're also doing vinyl siding, and I'd stuck it up there to do cut some foam, fan fold foam. All right, 1 3/4 down to the bottom edge to get a taper. All right, we're going to find our center mark over to the 3 inches. I'll hold this up to the screen after I'm done marking so you get a better idea. And this is all pieces of scrap we had left over from the pine shelving, the closets you've seen, and our bookshelves. So that's the layout. We're going to cut out the taper, and the center triangle to get legs. Now one thing that I saw was kind of neat, and it works out well for me to cut this. I've got a 1 inch paddle bit. Right in that center, I'm going to make a 1 inch hole. We had something on the design a little more decorative, like 3 of these, but I'm just doing 1. Give it a little decoration, but you'll see when I cut it out, I can use just my circular saw to cut these legs out. I flipped this on the paddle bit and did it from both sides. If you go all the way through on one side, it's very likely to splinter. Alright, I've got boards under here to sacrifice for the cuts. Let's see if I can do this. cuts and we're done. Right there, that hole, I need to run this all the way up. Well, I didn't touch it up here. That was nice. One leg. The other thing I did with all of them, and I love these cordless tools. This is so cool to have, not have cords everywhere. Sand it. Sometimes there's dirt marks. There's marks from the lumber yard. Alright, we're ready for assembly. Okay, we are going to do the assembly. Got all the parts cut, sanded, did a mock-up, make sure that this would probably work. Going to use an 18 gauge brad nailer with 1.5 inch nails. Yeah, I had to go out and buy one after watching the contractor put our closets together. Alright, get this lined up. And I'm not worried about this being cabinet grade. This is just going to be a chair in the mudroom so we can sit down and take our shoes on and off. I'm going to come back, and where you, on the back of it where you won't see, I'm going to use some trim screws, but they have such big heads I didn't want to do it on the front side. I think these brad nails will be enough once it's all assembled. Let's see. Now we just have to put the seat on. We're going to make this the back side. There's a little knot that's falling out. And I think we'll make this the top. I'm going to eyeball the overhang. Like I said, I am not worried about this too much because it's just going to be in the mudroom. Alright, let's take it inside. Alright, let's give it a shot. I think this is where its home's going to be. I kept my safety glasses on just in case. Okay, I think this will work. We've got a place to take our shoes off, put our slippers on, not drag dirt in the rest of the house.
But let me get back to the gift that Bruce made for me this weekend. And I'm so happy about it. You can see we don't have a lot of room in here. And I needed a place to take my shoes off. So you're going to see what he built here in a few, but I'm going to show you the final product. And by the way, it's still not completely final. So he made me a stool to be able to sit down and take my shoes off. Now I still have to prime this, and I'm going to paint it, and I'm still kind of fiddling with what color I want it to be, but he made this so great. It's very sturdy. I'm going to set it down. And this is going to be its little home because it's right in front of the shoe rack, and I can sit down on it, take my shoes off, and keep my house clean. Thank you so much, Bruce, for making us something to sit on. When I finish painting it, I'll give you a little sneak preview of that too. Y'all, thank you so much for stopping by. Hope you're having a great fall. The colors are changing here in Eastern Tennessee, and it's just glorious. You guys have a great evening, and come back and see us.